Hey everyone, I've got this is probably going to be a two-part review of the Reformation Study Bible line from Ligonier, Reformation Trust. And really, these three editions were sent to me by Ligonier to review. You have the from the bottom to top, this is the 2015 ESV edition. That is in the black genuine leather. This is the 2016 New King James Version in the genuine leather. And the top one is the imitation leather of the ESV condensed edition. Now, I've already reviewed this one, so I'll just kind of use it as kind of a size comparison for you guys. So you can also see the packaging. Okay, so this is how they came from Ligonier, and again, I just want to point out that these were given to me to do reviews. So it's not like I'm an upset customer or anything. I'm just pointing out exactly what it has. So the imitation leather edition it's not even really a slip cover. It's it's just almost like just the bottom of a box. It really needs a top or something, but it already came torn right there. Just not really well made packaging. Not really well made, and this goes further to show. This is the New King James. This is the 2016 edition. These are cloth over board slip cases. Okay, pretty nice. Now I know the premium leather editions come in a nice box. Those are nicer than this, but you can also see where the cloth is coming apart. Now I'll glue this back down. This won't be a big deal at all, but it's just that's how it came to me. So and the ESV edition didn't really have many issues. At all. So it did have a few places where I actually already glued it back down. Some of these seams just weren't quite, as nice as I had hoped. But the New King James with the piece of cloth already peeling up, that was exactly how it came out of the box. So and that's a fairly common, at least from what I've seen, a fairly common occurrence with some of these. So maybe Ligonier will learn from those past mistakes and try to improve the packaging and boxes. So anyhow, so the main reason for this review, and I guess this part one will be just kind of showing these two editions. I'm going to go through both of them, and then I'll probably do a part two with mainly the contents. So these are both the genuine leather editions of the full size. Now the the New King James version is a little bit larger than the ESV. As you can see, it's a thicker edition, and I think the paper's the same. It looks the same to me, but the New King James is probably about 120 pages thicker than the ESV version, and I'll show you why that is. The covers are the same. This genuine leather, really, these covers are not very durable. I've used these for the last couple weeks, and you can already see where they don't have a substantial amount of strength in the spine, so they already start to have this little concavity that develops when you use it, and it bulges. So I've rebound several of these, mainly based on that problem, having to reinforce that spine. But anyway, this being just the review of these editions, that's really inconsequential. So these came just as you see them. Now this one had several marks. You can see those shiny, looks like glue marks on the cover, and this looks like a pressed grain, probably a pigskin or a calf split that has this grain pressed into it. But there are all these little dabs of glue on. You can see where it's kind of muddled, almost like where it was almost tried to wiped off. Some places weren't. So there were some issues with the production of the cover. Obviously, that could be a problem. It all reads the same, so that's not an issue. But when you're paying a good deal of money for these nicer Bibles, that can be an issue for you. So the ESV cover doesn't have the same issues with the glue splattering. But you can already see where the spine is concaving. So that's just another thing to keep in mind when you're, the more you use this thing, the more it's going to do that. And the more it's going to want to bulge that text block out. So it's just something to keep in mind. Now these are great rebind candidates. So that's also something. Also, some people will take some cardstock and cut to size and slip in this gap right here. That'll help support at least somewhat that spine from, bulging outward. Okay, so they both come with 3 ribbons. They're the same ribbons, really. I don't really like how they're put together on the spine, all kind of bunched together. Both of them do that. Really almost looks like it's done lazily. I mean, when you have such a big text block, you could put them in there nice and spaced out. I don't know why they didn't do that. And I do rebinds, so it's so easy to just properly space them. I don't know why that didn't happen. They both have the black head and tail bands, and really that's basically it for the cover. And both of them are gilded. The gilding is not tremendous. It's not overly shiny. Like, again, I have not used these much, just to open, to compare and read. I have another. I've actually used the condensed version more than these, because I have so many books. So the articles and whatnot, I usually just use this one for the study Bible material. But anyway, so the articles and whatnot that this one has that the condensed version doesn't, I don't really get into this one as much. So anyway, that's probably going to be it for part 1 of the review. Kind of going over the packaging boxes, the exterior, the gilding, ribbons, the covers. The next part of the review will be the contents, and that'll actually probably be a quicker review. But I'll kind of go through everything and show you what each has and how they work to benefit the reader. So anyway, thank you guys again for watching, and stay tuned for part 2 of this review. God bless.